Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's live stream broadcast on N2 Media. It is Football Friday, and we are at Longview Memorial Stadium for this Greater St. Helens League 2A matchup between the visiting Ridgefield Spudders and the RA Long Lumberjacks. Good to have you with us, Nick Sisson, here on behalf of N2 Media. And we got our friend from down south, Bobby Pilata, helping out here on the camera once again tonight. And we're going to get this game kicked off in just a few minutes' time. R.A. Long will receive the opening kickoff after Ridgefield has won the toss and deferred to the second half. It's been a tough season so far for R.A. Long. Some 12 games in a row since that moment of time. They haven't scored since the last live stream that we did against Hudson's Bay. They lost that one 20-12. And last week, things took a turn for the worse after losing to Washougal on the road 62-0, and all of that coming in the first half as we've got the action getting started here. Hudson Merwin to kick it off, and it's end over end deep. Fielded at about the 9-yard line, dropped and picked up, and now stuttering and wrapped the line is the ball returner, and that looks like Traden Chambers King, number 14, on the return, and the Lumberjacks will start with the ball there at the 20-yard line. And I just want to get it out right away, folks. We are dealing with some connectivity issues up here in the press box. We are connected to the Wi-Fi that we have here through the school district, but it is not having a good night. The weather has been very poor, so hopefully we can get a decent stream to you, at least describe the action. Jacks are in the shotgun, and a motion coming across the line. It's a jet sweep handoff, and it's going to gain some positive yardage. Looks like that one carried by Riley Young. And it is Young, number 12. As he gets 4 yards, it'll be second down and 6. Jackson Rivenis, the signal caller here on senior night, number 2, as he's in the pistol. Has Riley Young right behind him as Jack's handed off back to Young. Young wrapped up by 2 Spuds, looking to keep the pile moving forward, but it stays put. It'll be no gain, and third down coming here for R.A. Long. And it's going to be third down here. I don't know if you check and see if we have anything in there, Vaughn, like a piece of rope back to pass across the middle behind the intended target, and it's dropped. It's incomplete. Hand did get on the football. It's going to be fourth down now. Boy. Fourth down and 6 here. And this one is loose. And it's picked up and punted away. And it's going to be touched down at the 46-yard line. That's where Ridgefield will start its first possession of the ball game. No score here in the early going. 3 and out for R.A. Long. 10:18 to go in the first quarter. Ridgefield will have a backup quarterback, E.J. Rovira, sophomore, started the last couple of games for Ridgefield, as he is in for Brian McLemore in motion across the line. Nowhere, cut down immediately. That is number 2, Jackson Rivenis, with the tackle. Second down and 10. And it's another handoff coming back this way, and Rivenis is there. Tackle. The carry gets 1. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Him down at around the 39-yard line. First down and 10, Ridgefield. They did spot the ball at the 38-yard line. And Rovira hands it off. Watanabe has to hesitate in the hole, but he ends up getting a couple of yards, and a situation that looked like it was not going to be good. Angel Gallardo was initially in the backfield, a chance to wrap up Watanabe for maybe a loss on the play, but Watanabe wiggles out of that tackle and manages to pick up 2 positive yards. Nice pass play out to the Duncan with the reception, patiently waiting, gets the edge, looking to cut back inside, and the turf monster trips him up at about the 7-yard line. That is a 31 first and goal, Spudders. First down and goal, motion coming back across, and it's a handoff to Watanabe. The guard pulls and helps create some space, and Jason Watanabe is in from 7 yards out. It's a Ridgefield touchdown, 6. Extra point coming from Hudson Merwin. And the extra point attempt is not going to get put down. Merwin picks it up, and he is just looking for some help. Reverses field back to the near side, and he manages to cut it up in between 2 would-be tacklers, and he is tripped up after losing the ball. The PAT does not result in a successful try. It'll remain 6-0 Ridgefield with 6:36 to go here in the opening quarter. Well, fans, there's just no easy way to put it when you're connected to the internet, and it just doesn't seem to work. I've tried to get the mobile hotspot out, and the mobile hotspot's no better. So we're just kind of stuck with what we're stuck with right now. It's been a terrible, terrible weather day here in the Pacific Northwest, or at least here in this area. I know that at the moment right now, as I'm speaking this, that there is no blip on the radar, so to speak, but the drop frame rate has been tremendously high. Now it's starting to climb back up there again. So nothing that I can do about it here, folks. It's just something that we're going to have to try to push through. I can just tell you that it's not normally like this. And the ball kicked off here and fielded. And that's Riley Young, who crosses the 30-yard line out to the 33, and R.A. Long will set up shop right there for the next drive. I did manage to see that we have a few people trying to stay with this live stream and watch it. Yep. This is one of the reasons right here why I offer it as a free. Oh, I got mine. Yeah, and it's still not. Yeah. I have an Ellipsis jetpack from Verizon.
Oh, Verizon.
Yeah. Lumberjacks are under center here. Handoff left side, and that goes nowhere. Looked like first person there for Ridgefield was River Lealing, number 70. Jacks break the huddle, 2nd down and 10.
So with that last play, scoring play, 2 came with VMAC on that fake.
Jacks move it back to the shotgun slot near side. High snap, fake handoff, pass play, and it's off the hands of the intended target. Out there was number 13, Sonny Hamlick. And Sonny unable to haul that one in. It'll be 3rd down and 10 now for the Jacks. One area for Ridgefield that pretty solid all season long has been the defense. If you look at the games that they've played against the top teams in the league, only allowing 14 to Washougal on the road, and we saw Washougal scored 14 points every minute or so, it seemed, down against R.A. Long last week, as we got a 3rd and 10. And out of the backfield, it's a pass play to Riley Young, and the pressure hurried the throw. Getting in there was Gavin Perry to make Rivinus get rid of it. And it's going to be 4th and 10 now, and the Jacks seemingly set to punt this football away for the 2nd time here. Blue Jays and Dodgers tied up at 2 in Game 1 of the World Series. And a little pressure, almost a blocked punt, but a good punt does get away. And the return is McLemore, and McLemore is off to the races. Right side, picks up a block, just the punter to beat. And he does sidestep him, and he stiff arms the last man who could possibly bring him down. Brian McLemore, the 3rd, with the touchdown. There is a flag back at the 20-yard line, so we're going to have to check on that laundry. Most likely, it's going to be a short-lived celebration for Ridgefield, but Brian McLemore, the 3rd, showing off his spectacular ability to navigate traffic and then hit the turbo button. We saw him take a kickoff back against Mark Morris a couple of weeks ago, and it looks as if the defense is setting up right where that flag is, and the officials are coming together, and they're going to move the football back, so the touchdown will not count. It will be Ridgefield's ball, still 1st and 10. And they've got the foul initially at the 32. It looks to be a personal foul. They are going to get the nose of the football in front of the RA Long 48-yard line to start this drive. It's 5 minutes and 32 seconds left here in the first quarter. And so, excuse me, my bad. So there was a lot going on here. Right now, Ridgefield has the football in their hands. On the heels of a defensive play, they called roughing the kicker against Ridgefield. So while I'm sitting here looking at the computer, RA Long maintained possession after the penalty, and then they just fumbled the ball away, and it was ruled down by contact. So it's still RA Long possession, 2nd down and 9. So Lumberjacks ball now. 2nd down and 9. Play action, a sidearm pass is deflected at the line of scrimmage. Right there in the passing lane is Will Andrew, number 72. It's 30 seconds left now here in Jacks working with new life. Still 6-0 Ridgefield. Slot to the near side, and he moves, and they two false starts. 3rd time's the charm. I don't know how they missed the first one, but they managed to. The Jacks determined to go back 5 yards on that play. It's going to be 3rd down and 14 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first. So it'll be 3rd down and 14 now. Clock is running. 4:05 left in the first. Ridgefield backing off a little bit of pressure in the A-gaps. And now one linebacker comes, and the ball is dropped by Chambers King, who was trying to make the catch and turn up field with some blockers in front of him. And said it's an incomplete pass. And the Jown try to punt this football away once again. Last time it resulted in a 1st down for them, thanks to the roughing penalty that they called against Ridgefield. But the clock is stopped, and the Ridgefield set back. They only rush 2 this time to make sure nobody's near the punter. And this one's angled towards the near sideline. Good punt. It's going to take a bounce and get out of bounds inside the 25. The officials marking it exactly at the 25-yard line, and that's where Ridgefield will set up shop for their next possession. It'll be their 2nd of the ball game. They're 1 for 1 so far on touchdown drives. Just had a punt return for a touchdown wiped off the board. Win the Civil War. If there's one game that they've got to win, well, that's a good one to decide to win for the first time. That's for sure, Jacob. And Still got to play this one. Rovira dumps it off to Watanabe, and Watanabe slips trying to turn the corner. Gallardo was right there, and there's a flag that gets thrown in at the 35-yard line, just a little bit ahead of the play, so we're going to check on that. And it's holding against Ridgefield. And more than likely it's going to be a spot foul. So they'll mark off 10 from the spot of the flag usually. So they're going to mark it off from the point where the play ended. So it'll end up being first down and 18. Actually, it doesn't even really look that bad. It looks like first down and 17. Sweep here to the near side, and a player goes down up in front of the play. So exiting out of bounds is Caleb Totora, and Totora has enough for a first down. He's got 18 yards. First down and 10. Twins to the near side, split wing off the far side and running it back across. A nice delay, coming back near side up the middle, trucking over a defender across midfield. Down at the 47-yard line. That is number 27, Dimitri Jones-Morales with the carry. And Dimitri goes 190. Looked to be ran on that play. It'll be another first down here for Ridgefield, 2 consecutive. Jones-Morales to the left of Rovira. And moving it back across is Ty Russin, and it's a fake to Russin. And this time, Jones-Morales is decked by Jackson Rivenis and Riley Young. Loss of 2. Under 2 to go here in the opening quarter. Second down and 12 now for the Spuds. Rovira has McLemore slide across the line, moving the pocket far side, up the field. Nice throw. Russin with the catch. Russin trying to sidestep a couple of defenders. He gets it inside the 30, down at around the 27. It's a gain of 22 for Ty Russin. Throw from E.J. Rovira. Then they're not starting the clock. 1:09 to go here. And it's a handoff. Watanabe is wrestled down immediately by Colton Stone, number 77. Under a minute now here in the opening quarter. It'll be second down and 9 now. Gain of 1. Handoff, McLemore with it, moving right, trying to dance around. He does. Pushes off a tackle, and then he's wrapped up just beyond the sticks. Looks to be right at the marker. No. They got third down. Looks to be a first down from where they've got it spotted. And it will be a first down. A little bit of confusion over there with the officials, I think. Well, now they're going to come in and they need the they need the sticks to move. And it's the end of the first quarter. They have time to figure it out, but they have to do it all the way at the other end of the field. That does it here for quarter number one. Ridgefield leads it 6-0 here on the road. Fans, I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here in 30 seconds. Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Longview Kelso Athletics streaming on N2 Media. Call financial advisor Ryan Littlefield at 360-916-4650 or visit him at 911 11th Avenue in Longview for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Sisson here on behalf of N2 Media. It is quarter number 2 now. Ridgefield with the lead over R.A. Long, 6-0. And again, fans, for those who are trying to watch at home, appreciate you joining us. We're just having a tough time getting the picture and the quality of the stream where we want it right now, and it's just something that we can't really mitigate. I have tried to use my own mobile hotspot, and that's not working. And yeah, connected to the district Wi-Fi that we're always connected to for all of our games, but for whatever reason, the signal's just not very strong here tonight. And that's not second down and 10 now. Handoff inside. Watanabe runs right into Gallardo. No gain. Number 59, Angel Gallardo, getting in there on that tackle for R.A. Long. Spudders huddling up. Third and 10. Twins up top. And it's a fake throw. McLemore, catch, run, tutty. Brian McLemore III extends Ridgefield's lead 12-0. It's an 18-yard touchdown hookup from E.J. Rovira. McLemore gets that touchdown back that he missed out on the punt return, and Ridgefield leads it 12-0 now with 11-12 to go in the second. Nice play design there. They pulled the guard and round the end, making it look like the sweep on the near side, but Rovira made the nice read, a little RPO style play. And this kick is up and good. 13-0. And the kickoff is dropped. It's still loose. Finally picked up by Chambers King. And Chambers King gets it to the 25, escapes, and had a lane around the near side if he was able to escape it. But Ty Russin made that tackle and was uninterested in letting him go any further. It'll be R.A. long ball now, trailing at 13-0. And the rain is starting to come down again. It gave us a little bit of a break. Slot to the top and a head start for the offensive line. Austin Elliott, number 66, was moving at the snap. So it'll be 5 yards the other way. First down and 15 now for R.A. Long. High snap, handoff, Riley Young. Riley spinning back into the hole, and all he finds is Spudders. It's going to be 2nd and 15 after no gain. $10-19 to go here. In the second quarter. Rivetus checks the play at the line of scrimmage. And back to pass across the middle. Nice ball. That one's got to be caught there off the hands of Evan Hart. 9:57 to go now here in the second quarter. $13-0. 3rd down and 15. Slot to the near side. Rivenis looking left, looking right. Barks out, signals, and gets a high snap. Has some time, delivers a ball. Nice, but Chambers King can't come up with it. Chase Duncan was in great position. And we've got a whistle, and it's going to be a personal foul on Ridgefield for roughing the passer. So this will be a first down out to the 35-yard line for R.A. Long. Second time that they've earned a first down via penalty. That's the only way they've earned a first down so far, is via penalty. As the official making the call. And the rain starting to pick up a little bit harder now, as you can kind of see it on the screen. First and 10, Lumberjacks, and it's a direct snap keeper to Rivenis, and Rivenis looks like he picked up about 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 now. Let's get a good look at Jackson getting up and back into the huddle. 9:23 clock moving here, second quarter. 13-0 Ridgefield. Slot to the near side. Rivenis under center, barking out signals. And it's a QB sneak. And Rivenis gets all the way out to the 44-ish yard line. He's about a yard short, but might have checked that play as soon as he saw the defensive tackle slide out towards the opposite side, as entering is Caden Pritchard off the sideline to bring the play in for Rivinus here on this 3rd down and 1. Jack's looking for something to cheer about here as they've gone 4 straight games without a point. They've been shut out in every game since the last one that we did here with Hudson's Bay and the Lumberjacks. They don't want to know what happens if they don't score tonight. A fake handoff and then Rivinus into the pile, and the spot looks like it's going to be favorable for R.A. Long. They've got him marked a yard ahead of what he needed. It's going to be a 1st down for R.A. Long. It's their first offensive 1st down of the ball game. So the Jacks looking to build some momentum here with 8 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. First and 10. Slot near side. Out of the pistol. Riley Young. Fake handoff under pressure. Rivinus sidesteps one, wiggles through another, and then stays on his feet through a 3rd and manages to cross midfield. He's out to the 49-yard line. That's about as impressive as a 4-yard run as you're going to find here on Friday night. 2nd down and 6. And on this 2nd down and 6, it's a handoff. Young is hit immediately by River Lealing in the hole. Lealing pops up, helps up his teammate there, but him and Eddie Chamberlain were right at the point of attack, and Lealing just clobbered Riley Young at the point of attack. No gain. In fact, it's a loss of 1. 3rd and 7 upcoming. Third and 7. Rivinus, play fake, throws, intercepted, and there's a convoy in front of him. He is going to take it all the way. Brian McLemore, the 3rd touchdown. Ridgefield, his 2nd of the ball game. He returned that one 55 yards to the house. One of the more impressive players that you're going to find in the GSHL 2A, Brian McLemore III. He's a true definition of a Swiss Army knife. He can do a lot of things, and he actually does them quite well. I mean, those scissors on the Swiss Army knife, they can't cut for one off. Merwin, decent kick, fielded at the 11 by Chambers King. Chambers King wrapped up. First guy to get there with the left hand, Jacob Koch, number 76. And the Jacks will have the ball again, 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line after the pick 6 from Brian McLemore. Jacks under center, slot to the top. And it's a handoff up the middle. Riley Young gets it near the 25. In fact, that's what they're going to get him at, is the 25-yard line. Gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 now for the Jacks. Jacks come out with 3 wide receivers, slot to the near side. Rivenis in the pistol has Young behind him. Back to pass, throws it, and it's intercepted. Perkins just totally had that one go through his hands and to the trailing defender, number 8, Caleb Tortora, with the interception. Ridgefield looking to put this one away early with 4:59 to go in the second quarter. It's already 20-0, and they're on the doorstep again. Defense leading to offensive opportunities for Ridgefield. But that pass from Rivenis intended to go to the tight end Wyatt Perkins, number 44. Ridgefield back out on offense. E.J. Rovira in the shotgun. Hands it off. Watanabe wrapped up. Good tackle there. That is Ethan Moraine, number 2, with the tackle for the Lumberjacks. He was fighting off a block there, too, from Elias Farley. So a really good tackle there by Ethan Moraine. No gain. 2nd down and 10. Now Rovira has Watanabe to his left. Twins to the top. And now coming across the line for a fly sweep is Duncan. We do have a flag. Duncan stiff arms the defender off of him, says, "Get off of me," and goes to the end zone. He is pumped up, but unfortunately it's about to get called back for an illegal shift. So the touchdown taken off the board. No one will know the difference, Mr. Duncan. If you want to cut up a highlight, they won't know that that got called back. It'll be 2nd down and 15 now. .342 left in the second quarter. Tight end split on the left, down on the near side. Rovira, backwards pass, and McLemore navigates his way through traffic, and there's a flag late. Another touchdown potentially called off the board here. This would be the 3rd. And it's going to be holding against Ridgefield. And it really was not going to affect the play either way. It's at the 8-yard line. It's 10 yards from there, so the Spudders are going to have it at the 18-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 11, so they're going to gain yardage here. because of how far it went. It'll be 2nd and 11 now. So Ridgefield's had 2 touchdowns wiped off here on this drive. In fact, back-to-back plays, and now there's another flag. This appears to be more recent. And now the officials are telling everybody that they got to scoot back, so apparently it's a sideline deal. So an additional 5 yards. No, just a warning on that flag. So sideline warning. No yardage lost. 2nd and 11, 3:10 to go, second quarter. A lot happening right now. Rovira hands off, up the middle. Watanabe gets it down to the 6. And that is going to be a first down run. 13-yard gain for Jason Watanabe, and it's 1st and goal. Rovira has Watanabe to his right. Motion coming across. Russin, handoff. Watanabe, untouched, into the end zone. Touchdown, Spudders. No flags on this one. And the 2-point try from McLemore is good. 28-0 Ridgefield after the 2-point try is successful for McLemore III. But Jason Watanabe with his 2nd touchdown carry of the ball game gives Ridgefield the 28-0 advantage. Well, 28-0 your score here, folks. Nick Sisson on behalf of N2 Media. A lot of bad weather here tonight in the area. It was raining dogs and cats earlier, and it must have knocked out all of the internet because I know that there are a lot of people struggling to see what's going on right now. Hopefully, side by Traden Chambers King at the 10, and he is moving around. Ball just sticks to your glove. It almost looked like he was going to come down with that one. Back to pass. And Young catches one out of the flat. And Young wrestled down. Good pursuit here from the defensive backfield. Coming over and helping out is Jake Blankenship, number 11. Third and 10 now. Slot near side, 3 wide receivers. Single at the far side of the field. Rivenis out of the backfield finds Young. Young ridden out of bounds after a short gain of about 4. And that stops the clock. They're still running the clock for some reason. I guess get us out of here sooner. Jacks are back to punt. 4th down and 6. Down to 35 seconds here. Punt is away from Corrigan Booth, and it's bobbled, and initial hit. McLemore almost bounced off it, but Trayton Chambers-King holds on and drops McLemore at the 35. Ridgefield will take over there with 22 seconds to go in the first half. Again, it's senior night here at R.A. Long as the Lumberjacks honored their senior players before the game while I was trying to get everything set up for the stream that you're watching right now. So 22 seconds to go. See how aggressive the Spudders want to play it with 65 yards to go. It's a little dump off to McLemore, but this could be a big play. McLemore scooting around in the backfield. He actually only picks up 5, which is really surprising to me. But the clock's still running as we're down to 8 seconds. And it looks like Ridgefield's going to just let this one roll. And both teams are going to head into the locker room here. And that is what is going to happen. 28-0 Ridgefield at the break. Both teams are definitely going to be happy to go into the locker room with how much rain is coming down here at Longview Memorial Stadium. But right now it's rain and potatoes on the Lumberjacks, 28-0. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back here in just a couple moments. Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Longview Kelso Athletics streaming on N2 Media. Call financial advisor Ryan Littlefield at 360-916-4650 or visit him at 911 11th Avenue in Longview for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Welcome back here, folks, at the Longview Memorial Stadium. We're at the half. 28-0 Ridgefield. Jason Watanabe with 2 touchdowns. And Brian McLemore the third with 2 touchdowns. His a receiving touchdown and also a pick six for 55 yards. He also had a punt return for a touchdown wiped off the board. Not because of a block in the back, but a roughing the kicker was called against Ridgefield. And that gave RA Long the ball back. But we're here at the half, and we're going to enjoy some silence along with you. So be sure to check out the fridge, refill those adult beverages. The RA Long cheerleaders are going to take the field here, so we'll see how they can manage the elements out here in the rain at the half.
University High School.
Holding up. So
Okay,
just on YouTube News
so
right
the
now.
Ion Forces team is trailing 7-3, and they're currently in a rain delay. Tomorrow's Ion girls soccer team meets up with Ridgefield at Ridgefield High School at 2 p.m.
All of a sudden.
Well, I mean, I'm just in general.
What about your? I mean, you got plenty of data, right?
I'm just, yeah, no, it's not, this isn't a data thing. This is all,
Yeah, my brother gives me his.
this is.
He's got the one from the Blazers. He's got the big one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about set for the start of the second half between Ridgefield and R.A. Long. I am Nick Sisson on behalf of N2 Media. Checking around the area for score updates, Mark Morris leading Woodland 7-0 at the half in a game that is a must win for Mark Morris. If they want to stay in the playoff picture, they have got to win. But Ridgefield could come into play with that whole scenario. More on that later, but I guess later can be right now. Basically, if Mark Morris and Ridgefield end up in a tie with one another, head-to-head would be the tiebreaker. And Ridgefield won the head-to-head, so they would be the fourth-place team, presumably, if they were to lose next week to Woodland. If they were to beat Woodland, entirely different story. You'd be looking at a potential three-way tie. This is all if Mark Morris is able to win tonight. And if Ridgefield wins, obviously, and then what happens next week. But a lot of scenarios as we're just about set here. Ridgefield will receive the second half kickoff. And the third quarter underway. And this one fielded, and then a throw back to McLemore here to the near side. And then, of course, McLemore's going to split two defenders, and he gets a push from one of his friends, and now he's off to the races, far right side. One man to beat. Can he keep him off him? He can't. He finally gets brought down at the 15-yard line. But some trickonery here from the Spudders looking to get the ball into McLemore's hands. He's already had at least one game matching his surname in touchdowns. All the way down to the 15-yard line goes Brian McLemore III as he hit the Jets there. On the throw across the field, Ridgefield now first and goal. They want to get on the bus and get home quick and start the running clock. 28-0 as we're just underway here in the third. And Rovira hands it off. Watanabe is swallowed up by Jackson Rivenis. Rivenis, more than just a quarterback, folks. Loss of 4. Second down and 14 now. I got a feeling that they're going to get the ball into McLemore's hands here at some point, but Chase Duncan is the wing back working back across the line. It's a handoff, and Watanabe, looking for his third touchdown, is wrestled down at the 11. That'll be a short gain of well, I wouldn't say a short gain. It's actually a gain of about 8 or 9. Gain of 8. Third down and 6. And the handoff, Watanabe Duncan on the misdirection is into the end zone. Touchdown Spudders. It's an 11-yard touchdown for Chase Duncan. He gets one back after having one wiped off the board in the second quarter. Ridgefield wastes no time and extends the lead. 10:29 to go. Good play design there. They got it to the first guy. Looked like Watanabe had it from the way he carried out that fake. It's always tough to deal with, gun T formations and wing backs moving back across the line on every play. Really makes the eyes move. This kick is up and good. Hudson Merwin adds the PAT. 35-0 now. Ridgefield extending the lead. Well, the rain stopped at halftime, so whatever happened worked, which is good. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the weather is terrible.
Yeah, that arrow was not going to be. I think what they're adjusting to be gets in that passing lane. Yeah, I mean, if we see it, if we lob it out, there's no one there. It's safety. But
Another score update that I saw was Toledo was leading on Alaska 12-0, and over at Kelso with 3:17 to go in the first half against Mountain View was leading 27-0, so that's good. And this kickoff from Merwin is end over end, fielded at the 14-yard line by number 14, Chambers King. And Chambers King looking to cut it up. He does break off of one tackle, gets it out to the 30-yard line. Good return there by Traden Chambers King, and that's where the Lumberjacks will start their first possession of the second half, trailing at 35-0 with 10:22 to go. La Center leading Kalama 21-8 at the half. Toledo with a score just before halftime. They're leading on Alaska 20-0. That is a impressive result for Toledo, as they are trying to prove that they are indeed for real. I think they're the best team in 2B right now. 1st and 10, and it's a handoff up the middle. Going to be a short gain, but the push gets the Jacks out to the 35-yard line. Second down and 6. Rivenis has Riley Young behind him. Out of the pistol, back to pass, throwing it to the flat. Out of the backfield, Young makes the catch. Young trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about where he's going to end up. It'll be no gain, but the Jacks have been reluctant to throw the ball down the field ever since the 2 interceptions that Ridgefield collected in the second quarter. One of them directly resulting in a touchdown by Brian McLemore III, and then the other one intercepted by Caleb Tortora. So a couple. Third down and 6. Motion across, fake handoff. Blockers getting out in front for Rivenis. Rivenis does manage to pick up a couple, but it will be 4th down upcoming in about 4. Appears that with the rain going away that the internet connection has kind of helped out a little bit. It finally looks pretty good. Jacks are going to line up to go for it here on 4th down and 4. And a hard count, no one moving. Rivenis still trying to draw the defense, and now it's a timeout from the sideline. 4th and 4. Jacks stop the clock with 7:50 to go. Clock. So with the timeout, it'll be 4th down and 3 at the 38-yard line.
they got to send that clock back.
When the clock doesn't stop, you know that it's collectively defeated around these parts. Tough break here for RA Long this season. 35-0 the score right now with 7:40 to go, but it's a good time since it's a timeout to kind of fill some dead air. So RA Long currently in a 4-game shutout streak, being shut out, not doing the shutting. If RA Long is not successful in scoring tonight, they will tie a school record that was set back in 1948 for the most consecutive shutout losses in a season. That's 77 years of history. The Lumberjacks can tie tonight, and if they're somehow unsuccessful in scoring next week against Mark Morris, they will own that record by themselves. And they got a fake, and there's blockers. Crossing the 50-yard line is Booth. But Corgan Booth gets the Lumberjacks a first down on the fake punt. Why not? That should probably be the play call every down and distance. At the 45-yard line in Ridgefield territory, they must have heard the story about the shutout streak. There's a lot more to that, by the way. It's not just that. We could talk a little bit more about some stuff, but RA Long hasn't scored a single point in the first, second, or third quarters this season. All of their points in the fourth quarter. The Jacks have also given up the most points in a single season to this point, and they've scored the fewest. So a lot to digest with the season that the Lumberjacks are having. It's a handoff to Riley Young, and Young gets 3 out to the 42-yard line. So the Jacks with 6:46 left in the third, if they want to score before the fourth quarter, this might be the time to do it. Second down and 7. Rivenis is under center, slot near side. And it is a handoff, and Riley Young breaks a tackle. He was wrapped up initially in the backfield by Carson Coberly. But Young wiggles free and gets it out to the original line of scrimmage, where it's going to be third down and 7. Under 6 to go, third quarter, and it's a third and 7 ball at the 42-yard line of Ridgefield. Jacks looking to keep this drive going, which is only a drive because they called the fake punt. And this ball is poked away from behind. Brian McLemore the third with the pass breakup. But the Jacks, nothing but side-to-side short passes ever since the 2 interceptions down the field. Jacks are going to go for it here. Fourth down and 7. And the 4th and 7, Rivenis back to pass, stepping up, and he runs into a tackle. It's a sack for Jake Blankenship, number 11. As Ridgefield takes over, it'll be 1st and 10. Ridgefield takes over 1st and 10 on their own 48-yard line. E.J. Rovira back to pass. Finds a man, catch is made. Tackled down at the marker. It's Gavin Perry on the reception. Perry picks up 9. It'll be 2nd down and a yard. Handoff. And unable to gain a yard there is the ball carrier, Dimitri Jones-Morales. Jackson Rivenis there for the tackle. In fact, they're gonna say loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 2. Jacob, you're already on YouTube. We're only on YouTube, by the way, right now. The Facebook stream went away. Civil War Mud Bowls were the death of us for the speedsters. Don't gotta worry about those anymore. Fake handoff pass, and it's incomplete. A man was out there, though, and it was Ty Russin. And hard to see from this vantage point if it was a little bit behind him there, but Russin was all alone for a little bit. Might it still be running? 4:09 to go, 4th and 2. And in Lumberjacks territory, you got to imagine that the Spudders are going to be going for it. Put the ball in your best player's hands, so see what they got going here. Look like they're having trouble lining up here as McLemore's directing traffic for the offensive line. A hard count, but 2 players move. At the very top, a Ridgefield player did move, but it doesn't matter. There was a lot of Lumberjacks in the neutral zone at the defensive line, and it's encroachment against R.A. Long. So it'll be a 1st down. 1st and 10 Spuds. 4 minutes to go in the 3rd as the chains get set. Handoff, Jones-Morales, and he is drugged down at the 35-yard line, maybe the 34, gain of 5. Dimitri Jones-Morales, big boy, low center of gravity. Twins up top, tight end wing split off the near side, fake, and Rivera throws it up. Macklemore can't get there. He was all alone. Rovira led him just a little bit too far. But a nice little play design there to get Macklemore free up the seam, and he did get free. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Wing split near side is Tortora. Now motion man coming across, fake to the motion man, handoff, and it's Jones-Morales who gets hit by Colton Stone short of the line to gain. It's going to be 4th down and about 2.5. Fourth down and 2.5, call it 3 if you want, call it 2, it don't matter. Spudders in go for it formation, and now there's some confusion, some movement at the time of the snap. It's going to be a false start against Ridgefield. Fourth down and 8. And the rain's starting to pick up again here. Rovira lobs it, and it's incomplete. He had a guy wide open in Tortora. Now we've got some extracurricular here, and it's after the play. Looks like there could be a foul against Kel Gant, number 74. And it is. So 15 yards are going to be added for R.A. Long here after the play. So instead of taking over at the 37-yard line, they're going to take over at the Ridgefield 48. So now they're going to mark off the down, and it's going to be R.A. Long ball. Minute 52 to go, third quarter. That's how much time the Jacks have to score in this period.
Personal foul on the Spudders. Arlong takes over at the 48.
5 on the defensive line here for Ridgefield. Fake on the jet sweep. Rivenis keeps it. Rivenis crosses the 40, shoulders near the first down marker. A nice play design there. And it is a gain of 10 for Jackson Rivenis. Jacks haven't had many of those here tonight. But a first down play results in a first down. 1:40 to go now here in the third quarter. And under center, Rivenis hands it off. Young falls forward, gets 2. Got it at the 36-yard line. Riley Young, a late addition here for the R.A. Long Lumberjacks on the football team. He's a guy who's going to go off and play baseball. And the talk of the town is Tacoma Community College could be a place that he ends up, also being looked at by Lower Columbia. But still a little bit of time to decide where his future is going to be on the diamond. Right now, he's on the gridiron and trying to help the Lumberjacks pick up a win at some point before he walks the hallways out of the school for good. Second down and 8, and it's a swing pass. Young catches it. Young shoulders into contact, bowls over a defender. The Jacks have strung together consecutive first downs. Fabian Angabung took the worst end of that hit for Ridgefield. Excuse me. First and 10. R.A. Long's got a little drive going here. Hand off to Young. Young spins forward to the 28. Another solid gain on first down of about 5 yards for Riley Young. Young's been a breath of fresh air for the Lumberjacks in their running game, really taking on a lot of pressure off of Jackson Rivenis. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Lumberjacks are going to flip ends of the field and try to score in the Mark Morris end zone here at Longview Memorial Stadium. But 35-0 is your score heading into the fourth quarter. And the result of the game is definitely decided. The only question is what the final score is going to end up like with the next 12 minutes of action here at Longview Memorial. We're going to step aside. We'll be back here in just a quick moment, folks. Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Longview Kelso Athletics streaming on N2 Media. Call financial advisor Ryan Littlefield at 360-916-4650 or visit him at 911 11th Avenue in Longview for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Welcome back to Longview Memorial Stadium. Nick Sisson here on behalf of N2 Media. 35-0 Ridgefield as we go into the fourth quarter here. Jacks stringing together a few first downs. And it looks like it should be about second down and 5. Is there a Mark Morris Woodland score update? The last one that I got was 7-0 at the half. So let's see if I can't possibly find one here. 7-7 with 6:21 to go in the third. Beavers score on a touchdown pass. Long snap count. Rivenis sneaks it up the middle and gets it to the 20-yard line. So the Jacks are looking to put an end to the possibility of some school history here. And it looks like the Spudders are going to try to preserve the shutout as they put some wholesale substitutions in here on defense ahead of this 3rd down and 2 play. Ari Long inside the 20 for the first time tonight at the 19. 3rd down and 2. Rivenis, handoff, Young trying to back his way across the line to gain. It's going to be short. It'll be 4th and a yard. And again, the rain coming down here at Longview Memorial. Fourth and 1, ball on the 18-yard line. Ari Long can end a 4-week shutout streak with a touchdown and avoid setting some school history. Rivenis, back to pass, looks right, runs left, and it opens up for him. Looking to get the edge, cuts it up inside the 5, tackled down at the 4. Rivenis escapes pressure and sets the Jacks up on the doorstep. Jacks looking to hurry up and get to the line. They flip sides of the field, slot to the top. Young, the deep back, under center, Rivenis. 1st and goal at the 4. Sneaks it, runs into the back of his left guard and trying to churn out some yardage, but a whole host of Spudders are there to slow him down at the line of scrimmage. It might have actually been a loss of a yard. 2nd down and goal. Eddie Chamberlain working hard there, number 75 for the Spudders. Clock down to 9:45 in the ball game. Now out of the shotgun, Young to the left of Rivenis. Slot to the top, slot moving back across the line. Might have been a false start, but it's not called. Rivenis tried to sneak through a crease between the left guard and the left tackle, but Riley Young, the running back for Ari Long, looked like he got a head start. It's going to be short of the goal line. It'll be 3rd and about 2 from, or 3rd and goal from the 2. But, I mean, this is about as much drama as you could hope for this season for the R.A. Long Lumberjacks, is to see if they can punch one in the end zone, and Ridgefield doesn't want to allow any points here to preserve this shutout. Things are getting tight. 8:37 to go. 3rd and goal. Rivenis up the middle. No signal. Looked like he could have got in. And it's 4th and goal. He does not get in. Man. Bobby, from this vantage point, it looked like he fell over the line, but we're not down there, so this is a big play, 4th and inches, as Ridgefield's trying to get off the field, and now we've got a whistle and a timeout called by the Spuds with 8:03 to go. As much drama as you could hope for here in the 4th quarter, 35-0. Ridgefield trying to preserve the shutout. Ari Long trying to avoid being shut out again. let's see what's going on around the area here.
Let us go without a shutout.
Washougal leading Columbia River 35-15 in the third quarter. That's the other big game going on here in the Greater St. Helens League 2A.
Reiner's got it dialed in. No doubt.
And here we go. And up the middle, Riveness is in. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. The shutout streak is officially over, folks. After 4 weeks of not finding pay dirt, the Lumberjacks wait to get back on N2 Media to score for the world to see. 35-6. And the Jacks are going to keep the offense out there and go for the 2-point conversion. But that was a huge weight lifted off of this group's back because they were staring negative history in the eye. 8 minutes to go in this one. They've been shut out a total of 5 times all season, 4 in a row. They can still set the school record for most times being shut out in a season next week. But don't got to worry about the streak. That's over with. 1948 cannot celebrate. And the 2-point try is a play action, and passing it, or trying to run it actually, is Riveness. Thought about passing it. It was a design pass. It ends up being a flag at the very tail end as well in the end zone. So maybe a naughty word was said by somebody. But exactly 8 minutes to go in this one, and they're ringing the bell here at Longview Memorial Stadium. And they're sorting out the penalty here. And it's assessed on the kickoff. It's against Ridgefield, unsportsmanlike. Well, they're happy here at Longview Memorial Stadium. Class of 14 is having some kids now, so I'd watch out for Ari Long in the 20, 30 to 35 range. Yeah. Hey, yeah, I got one graduating in 32, so we'll see how it goes. 35-6, your score. Ari Long will kick off or onside kick it. Either way. Haven't seen an additional score update yet from the Woodland Mark Morris game, but still last I see here it's 7-7. I think it was unsportsmanlike. So the penalty yardage will put R.A. Long at the Ridgefield 45-yard line. And this one, not necessarily a conventional kickoff or onside kick, but this one's been touched, and it's covered up on, and it's really close to the goal line. They're going to keep him out of the end zone here. It'll be covered up at the 1-yard line. Wow. So a fumbled return opportunity there for Ridgefield. Puts the ball back against their own end zone. They lead it still 35-6. And here comes the Ridgefield offense. Only scored 7 so far here in the second half. But the Jacks just churned out a lengthy drive. And a false start is going to back Ridgefield up half the distance to the goal. So they'll go back a yard if they can. 1st and 11. Coaches are always looking for opportunities to do just that, coach. And it's a good bet that the Ridgefield staff, coached by Scott Rice in his 7th season, is going to look at the second half tape, hear what I'm saying, and probably agree that there's going to be some stuff that they can put on film and show, hey, guys, this is how we got to finish a football game, and especially against a team that we're beating pretty easily. Gain of 3 gets it out to the 4-yard line on a handoff. It'll be 2nd down and 7. 7:24 clock running here in the 4th quarter. Handoff. And this one's close to the first down, the line getting an extra push like a rugby scrum there. And that is definitely first down yardage out to the 15-yard line. And the ball carrier on that play was Ty Rogers, number 21. So it is a Ridgefield first down. First and 10, Spuds. And a flag on the play. And the ball is loose, and it's backwards out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Coach Barker might be tempted to decline this penalty here. It's an illegal shift against Ridgefield. And the officials are just trying to figure things out. Jacob, I see you commented he should quit football and focus on that baseball. Are we talking Riley Young there? Because I think that would be the player we're talking about. He just came out for football, if that is. If we're talking about him, I mean, he hadn't played the last couple seasons at all. So I think Coach Barker's trying to have a come to Jesus moment with the officiating staff right now. He wants the spot of the fumble and to decline the penalty. And now a handshake. So the down counts. It'll be 2nd and 15 after all of that. And stacked up in the backfield is Rogers. Loss on the play, back to the 7. They need to get to the 25. It's going to be 3rd and 18. Not the cleanest ending to a ball game here, but under 6 to go now. And it's a little smoke screen to the top, and that ball is dropped. It's in the end zone, and the players are diving on it, but it is an incomplete pass. That one trying to get out to Gavin Perry. There's plenty of guys out there that have started this game for Ridgefield, but that was just a tough drive. But the rain is really dumping right now. Ridgefield's going to punt the football away here with 5:35 to go in the ball game. And it's a low snap through the end zone. The Jacks get a safety. 2 more on the board for the Lumberjacks. 5:31 to go. Oh, they just took 2 away from the Jacks on the scoreboard. 35-4 for those here at Longview Memorial. For everybody watching on the stream, 35-8 seems about right. So the fumbled snap. Look at the bell. That thing's had a tough day. That bell's definitely older than me. I don't know what kind of score updates I can find right now. My internet's just spinning. Oh, did they get a kickoff from the 20? I thought they had to punt it. Oh, it's going to be a kickoff. And this one's a line drive. And it gets, oh, the player touches it. Inbounds. So it's going to be Ari Long ball at the spot of the touch at the 20-yard line. So no time went off the clock. 5:31 to go in the ball game. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Lumberjacks. Shotgun here for the Lumberjacks. High snap, handoff. Riley Young side shuffles in the hole, trying to wiggle out of a tackle. Can't do it. He does pick up a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Good thing the drainage is brand new. Rivenis, fake handoff, throws it up for grabs, and the safety came flying in. It was Caleb Drone who had his hands on it for Ridgefield and might have returned one to the house there. But the intended target, Wyatt Perkins, never got his head around to locate the ball, but Rivenis was just fixed on throwing it to him. It was well covered. But a 3rd down and 9 now. Clock stops with 4:44 left. And out of the shotgun, Rivenis fakes a handoff, throws a bubble screen, and it is swallowed up immediately. Trayton Chambers-King with the catch. Immediately out there was Jake Blankenship, also for support, Carson Coberly. And it's going to be no gain 4th and 9. And the Jacks are going to punt it away. Last time they lined up the punt, though, they did go with the fake punt run by the punter, Corrigan Booth. Brian McLemore, the third, back deep. You know that he is just licking his chops right now, trying to get back that punt return that he lost, and he's going to have a chance to maybe, nope, decides not to. Lets it go, and it's going to be touchdown by Riley Young at the Ridgefield 24-yard line with 3:44 to go in the ball game, and that's where Ridgefield will start the next possession here in the fourth quarter, leading at 35-8. Score update, Toledo leading on Alaska now 26-0 heading into that fourth quarter. La Center leading Kalama 28-8 as we've got a handoff, and Jones Morales is hit immediately by Jackson Rivenis. I got to tell you, Jackson Rivenis in the games that I have seen has just been an absolute stud at linebacker. He's a guy who could end up on the all-league team at that position. No gain officially on the carry by Jones Morales. Woodland attempting a field goal, and it is no good as we've got a handoff. And this time, a nice move in the hole there, frees Jones Morales, and then he does a little okey-doke around the 40-yard line, gets it out to the 43. That's going to be good for 18 yards and a Ridgefield first down. So the field goal miss by Woodland gives the Monarchs the ball back, 7-7. Handoff left side, and a good burst initially, but a tackle made after a gain of about 6. Ty Rogers with that carry. .2:11 left here in the ball game. Ridgefield's going to win this one and improve on their 3-4 record. They're going to be back to 500 at 4-4 overall, and they're going to be 3-2 in league as we've got a player wrapped up. Did I say 3-2? 4. They're going to be 4-2 in league, which will be good still for at least 4th place. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 upcoming after the loss of 2. And we're going to have a false start here. Moving on the line there was Kel Gant. .118 to go here. Each team with a couple timeouts. Clock is going to wind. The Jacks do not appear interested in stopping the clock. This ball game should be over after this play. Well, maybe 2 plays. Ridgefield moving quick. It'll be 2 plays from now. Handoff coming back near side, and a initial opening there when the guard pulled around for Jones Morales. And he does manage to pick up a couple. It's now going to be 4th down and 8, gain of 4. 40 seconds to go. This 4th down play is going to have to get off, and then R.A. Long will have a chance to run a play or two before this ball game is over. 35-8 your score. So a first down wins the ball game here, and we're going to get a timeout with 14 seconds left ahead of this 4th down and 8. You can't take them with you. Next week, folks, we're going to be right back here at Longview Memorial Stadium. It'll be Civil War time 2025. The Mark Morris Monarchs will be your host, and the R.I. Long Lumberjacks will be the visitors for the Civil War. Believe it or not, R.I. Long still leads the all-time series in the matchup, so we'll have more information on that coming up next week. We do have a touchdown Toledo here, 32-0 now over Onalaska. That's disheartening for the Loggers and very exciting for the Toledo Aquahawks. Kalama answers. They now trail 28-16. Keeping it within a 2-score game late 3rd quarter against La Center. Out of the timeout, we're ready to go here for 4th and 8. E.J. Rovira hands it off, and it's going nowhere. Rivenus just darts through the line and tackles Jones Morales in the backfield. 8 seconds to go. The Jacks take over. First and 10, R.A. Long with 8 seconds to go. And the Jacks still with 2 timeouts here. And Rivenus will come out in the pistol with Riley Young behind him. And the ball on the 35-yard line. Rivenus going deep. Why not? Shot, and he's open. Moran catches it. Touchdown! Lumberjacks. It only took 5 seconds. Where the hell is that play call been all game? Ethan Moran torches the defender and gets into the end zone. 35-14. Couldn't have walked the ball to Moraine and put it in a better place than Rivenus just did there. Jacks will go for 2. There's the bell's got a workout so far here in the 4th quarter. Going for 2 now. And the same result as the last time, except this time Rivenus breaks through the tackle and he's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, 35-16. No quit in the Lumberjacks. They'll take the L once again here tonight, but they're going to feel good about how they played the 4th quarter. In fact, they won the 2nd half overall. If only that was worth a win in the actual win column. They're going to ring the bell some more. Mark Morris is at the 11-yard line, facing a 3rd and 9 against the Beavers. Ooh, that game is coming down to it.
We'll have some highlights on this one.
That was the first touchdown catch of the season for Ethan Moraine. In fact, it's the first Lumberjack to score a touchdown other than Jackson Rivenus this season. Kickoff is a low onside kick, and it stays in bounds. It's covered up on. Ridgefield will take over with 1 tick left after Sawyer DeBoer jumped on that one. Ridgefield can take a knee, and teams can line up and shake hands. Head coach John Barker has definitely faced some criticism this season from some of the fans and onlookers, but what a testament to his ability to continue to have his guys play all the way to the end of the ball game, never quit. 35-16. It's been a tough year for the Lumberjacks, but they're going to feel a little bit better about themselves here tonight after scoring a couple of touchdowns. Ridgefield will get the win after this knee by E.J. Rovira. Your final score, Ridgefield 35, R.A. Long 16. Ridgefield moves to 4-4 on the season and 4-2 in league play, which is currently good for 4th place, but got to keep an eye on the out-of-town scoreboard with that Woodland and Mark Morris game, and Washougal is going to be all alone in 1st place still after this week. So still some other spots up for grabs by the time the season will end next week. We're going to be right back here for the Mark Morris and R.A. Long Civil War matchup coming up next week. R.A. Long drops to 0-8 on the year, 0-6 in league competition. They've only got one more shot to pick up a win in 2025. And we're going to step aside for a quick second here, and we'll be back for the Cowlitz PUD postgame show. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Cowlitz PUD post-game show. Cowlitz PUD providing customers safe, reliable, cost-effective hydroelectricity since 1936. Thank you to our sponsors at Cowlitz PUD. 1936, that's a long time. And the Jacks were up against some history not too far beyond that. A team from 1948 was shut out 5 times that season, and all of them were in a row. While R.A. Long was facing tying that record here tonight, and avoid being a part of the wrong end the shutout streak here. Fourth quarter and a safety. They lose this one 35-16 by the tone of my voice and the way that the game finished. You would have thought R.A. Long won the football game, but they still in fact lost by 19. But it just goes to show you that they've had a tough season. You know, losing last week 62-0 to Washougal, all of those points coming in the first half. I mean, if you're Washougal, you've got to make a point to really drive it home to win by that amount. And, you know, R.A. Long was licking its wounds and came back home and got down 35-0, but really truly never got down on themselves. It looked like they kept themselves in a good place mentally, and they finished the game strong, 35. But, you know, we're going to talk about this ball game here as just being one of the games that both teams had to just to get through. You know, it was raining tremendously. See you later, Greg. Steve, good to see you, buddy. Yep. Good luck the rest of the way. Yeah, where I was at with that, I don't even know. But the tone of the game was different at the end, but both teams had to really struggle to run their offense here tonight with the rain and the elements. It's still raining, just not nearly as hard as it was throughout. But ultimately, yeah, I mean, John Barker, he uses a lot of movie lines and cliches and things of that nature, and one of his favorite ones is Goonies never say die. And, right now you can say that this is the testament to that statement. The effort that RA Long put forth here tonight in the fourth quarter is going to be good for themselves, especially heading into next week against Mark Morris. You're going to want to figure out a way to get a win. And, of course, you want to get a win at the expense of your rival. So this might be something that they could use and take into next week. You could bet your bottom dollar that Mark Morris is going to be looking to set as many offensive scoring records as they possibly can in next week's Civil War. Last week, they nearly set the record for most point margin in a victory. They won by 44 last year, 51-7, but no doubt the Jacks are going to try to hang tough with them next week, and we're going to see how Mark Morris ends up finishing out here tonight. They could either be playing for a playoff spot potentially next week, or they could be playing for nothing except the thrill of beating RA Long for another season. Well, this game definitely started out kind of how we thought that it would. Ridgefield had no problem getting on the scoreboard. Jason Watanabe getting the Spudders on the board with a 9-yard touchdown run, and that made it Ridgefield 6 and RA Long nothing. The PAT would be blocked or fumbled. And then we had a touchdown from Brian McLemore III on a play-action pass, and that gave Ridgefield a 13-0 lead after a PAT was put up. Not too long after that, it was Brian McLemore III again with a pick six to the house to make it 20-0. And then Jason Watanabe again for his second touchdown. So both players getting 2 in the first half. Watanabe in from 5 yards out after an interception by Caleb Tortora. 28-0 at the half, and then wasting no time at all, Ridgefield went down and scored again to make it 35-0. I don't have that one written down as who got it. I'll have to go back and rewatch the live stream for that one. But then finally, RA Long broke through in the fourth quarter as they're celebrating here on senior night on the sidelines here. But Jackson Rivenis with a touchdown run from a yard out on 4th and inches from the 1-yard line. And then then there was a safety on a fumbled punt that went out of the back of the end zone. That made it 35-8. And then after Ridgefield went for it on 4th down and a long way, I say 4th and 15, RA Long got the ball back with 8 seconds at the 35-yard line of Ridgefield, and then all it took was one play in 5 seconds for Ethan Moraine to come open and catch a touchdown pass and the 2-point conversion in from Jackson Rivenis. And there's your final, 35-16. It is time to name our Cowlitz PUD player of the game. And it's, I don't know. I would say that the actual, player of the game, if it's a non-local player, and in the light of it being a local sponsor, we'll probably go with that. But Brian McLemore III tonight was easily the best player on the field for both sides. He would be our true player of the game. Excuse me. If you're looking for a Lumberjack, I think it's got to be Jackson Rivenis. He continues to show up and battle, and he ends up throwing a touchdown pass, the first of the season, and he runs one in. Had a bunch of big tackles on defense from his linebacker spot. Had a 2-point conversion. So it's hard to argue. Congratulations, Jackson Rivenis. He's our hometown Cowlitz PUD player of the ball game here tonight. Well, they are packing it up, and there's not going to be too many people out on the field here tonight with the weather. We are going to go ahead and pack up ourselves and try to get out of here at a reasonable time. We're going to check on the other scores going on around the area, but, we are all finished up here tonight, folks. Ridgefield wins it 35-16. We're back at it next week. Mark Morris and RA Long here at Longview Memorial at Civil War 2025. Special thank you to Bobby Pilata of Bobby P Media coming down and working the camera here for us tonight. Also hooked me up with a couple of really cool toys that I can't wait to try out, especially during basketball season, because it's going to make my back a lot less painful. But thanks, Bobby, for coming on over and doing the camera work here for us tonight. And that is going to wrap things up. I'll be back next Friday around 6:45 start time for Mark Morris and R.A. Long. Nick Sisson on behalf of N2 Media and Bobby P on behalf of Bobby P Media. Search them up on Facebook,